Pink Dot is ready to repeal Section 377 of the Penal Code, but then laws exist for reasons. So before you talk about repealing these laws, you need to talk about the reasons behind these laws in order to prove that they are no longer needed. Now, this point relates to the last clip I made about healthcare. The fact of the matter is, sex between males is highly risky. And no, the risks of anal penetration are not equivalent to the risks of vaginal penetration. Pink Dot says that they are ready for difficult conversations, so let's not pull any punches. The tissue lining the anus is a lot thinner than vaginal tissue and is easily torn. Unless you use a lot of lubricants, not only is the anal tissue likely to be torn, the condoms you're using is likely to rip also. The medical community is unanimous that anal penetration poses a significantly higher risk of infection than any other forms of sex. You can say that what consenting adults do is none of anyone's business, but it's not that simple. See, you may consent to having anal sex with someone, but you didn't give consent to every other sexual encounter that they ever had, nor to every other sexual encounter that they will ever have. You may not even know what their sexual past or future is. This becomes a public health issue. You may trust your partner now, but your trust isn't a guarantee for the rest of society. You can say whatever you want, but everyone is not at the same risk of contracting sexually transmitted diseases. Prohibiting gay anal sex helps to prevent things like HIV. The law is in the interest of public health. So you're going to have to talk about this before you talk about repealing it. The LGBT community tells us that homosexuality is an identity and that there is a gay culture and so on. So I'm surprised to see them refer to Section 377 as an anti-gay law. It isn't. I mean, for one thing, it does not prohibit sex between women because again, there's no significant health risks involved in that. It does not criminalize homosexuality unless the LGBT community is ready to say that homosexuality is not an identity but an act. The law does not say anything about identity or culture. It just prohibits sex acts between men. So if being gay means more than men engaging in anal sex and that it is a whole encompassing identity, then the law does nothing to interfere with this.